Hello, my most amazing artists.
Hello, my most amazing art teacher.
How are you?
Ready to create.
Okay, so I'm so excited about this project because we are going to be making floating bunnies inspired by artists named Rene Magritte. So let's practice saying that together. We're going to start by saying Rene Magritte.
Magritte.
Rene Magritte.
Magritte.
One more time.
Rene
Magritte.
Magritte.
Okay. So Rene Magritte was a surrealist artist. Surrealism is sort of like dreamlike. Like, you normally don't see bunnies floating in the air, right?
Yeah.
You normally see bunnies jumping and hopping on the ground. So we're going to be making a work of art where bunnies are floating in the clouds. So the first thing we're going to do is listen to a little story about Rene Magritte and some of his most famous works of art. Hold on. Of course, the sound is not working.
Magritte saw a marvelous hat in the store window. When he tried it on, Magritte's Marvelous Hat by D.B. Johnson. One bright day in the dark of night, the painter Magritte saw a marvelous hat in a store window. When he tried it on, the hat popped up and floated just above his head. "Oh my," said the hat maker. "Perfect," said Magritte. He liked how the hat didn't pinch his ears or muss his hair. "It's going to blow away," the hat maker said. But the hat stayed with Magritte all the way home. Magritte was excited about his hat. He hurried up to his room and went straight to the picture he was working on. For the very first time, painting was easy. His brush danced and the colors sang. Magritte painted his best picture ever. The next day, Magritte and his hat took a walk. The hat floated playfully above his head, and everyone giggled with surprise. All at once, without a breath of wind, the hat flew into a fountain. "Flippity flying hat," laughed Magritte as he jumped in after it. For fun, the hat kept pretending to blow away, and Magritte had to chase after it. He had to climb trees and jump over walls. And that afternoon, Magritte painted a picture even better than the one before. He began to paint day and night. Magritte forgot all the fun he had walking with his hat. He even forgot he had a hat until the moment it bounced along the ceiling, wanting to play. "Hat," said Magritte. "I can't paint when you're bouncing. Just be a hat and sit on my head." That was when the hat flew out the window. And all at once, the color splashed onto Magritte's face, and his brush unpainted the picture. "I can't paint without my hat," Magritte cried out. "Has anyone seen a hat flying by?" he called to everyone on the street. Come out, wherever you are," Magritte shouted. But the hat did not come to float above his head or do flips just for fun or pretend to blow away. Magritte sat down with a sigh. "I miss my hat," he said. At last, Magritte had an idea. Would the hat come back if he played its favorite game? Magritte called to the hat. "I bet you can't find me." Then he opened his umbrella, turned around, and walked home in the rain. The hat flew from its hiding place to look for Magritte. But the hat did not find him in the park. The hat looked for him in the trees, but there was no Magritte there. Magritte was at home when the hat sailed in through the window. "I'm glad you found me," Magritte said. The hat glided once around the room and then did a surprising thing. It landed right on Magritte's head and floated him into the air. "Perfect," said Magritte. Of course, the hat pinched his ears and mussed his hair, but Magritte's brush danced and the colors sang once more. Painting was easy. This time, Magritte did not forget the hat. Every morning, they strolled down Avenue Louis together and pretended to blow away just for fun. And every afternoon, Magritte painted a new picture, better than his best.
All right, if you can hear me, go like this. If you can see me, go like this. If you haven't yet today, take a deep breath through your nose. Okay, so that was a story about Magritte, and it showed you his style of artwork, which was sort of dreamlike. He pretended like he was floating in the sky, and that special hat was meaningful to him. Raise your hand if you heard why. What did that hat do for him? Sailor?
It helped him paint better.
Yeah, it helped him paint better. Or at least it made him feel like he could paint better. Who else has an idea about what that hat, why was that hat special to Magritte?
It made him confident.
Yes. What a fantastic word. It made him feel more confident in his ability to paint. Yeah. Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about this. Let's meet the real artist, Rene Magritte. Here's a picture of him. He was born in Belgium in 1898. That was a very long time ago. He wanted people to look at ordinary things in different ways. Like, we're going to make bunnies, but they're going to be floating in the sky. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Magritte was not very successful right away. And we've learned that a lot of artists started out and they weren't very successful. Remember when we talked about Yayoi Kusama and she traveled to New York? And it took a long time before her paintings were in museums and she was getting paid a lot of money. Same thing with Rene Magritte. He had a lot of jobs. He tried really hard to make money. He designed wallpaper. And you're going to notice in his artwork, which is right here, this is one of his most famous works of art. It's called Golconda. And you guys take a look at this. And I want you to turn to your partner and very quietly talk about some things you notice about this art. I'm going to give you one word. The word is pattern. Think about wallpaper. What do you notice?
It's a pattern from
Mona.
Lisa.
Okay, voices go off. All right, raise your hand. Tell me what you came up with. Abiel?
They're wearing the same clothes and it looks like they're all
Okay, same clothes, facing the same way. Love that. That is exactly correct.
facing different ways.
Well, a couple of them are, but most of them are sort of facing forward, but their heads are kind of turned different ways, right?
People flying in the air.
There's people flying in the air. That's kind of strange, isn't it?
No.
Silas,
They're all going to heaven.
say that again.
They're all going to heaven.
Maybe they're all going to heaven.
Heaven?
Maybe that's what he wanted us to think. Eva, they all have hats. Sailor, did you notice something?
They're all, it looks like it's raining.
Okay, so some people look at this and they think that the people are floating up, but maybe they're going down. Maybe it's raining and they're going down. We don't know, right? It doesn't tell us. There aren't arrows pointing one way or another. Could they be going down?
Yeah.
Maybe. I look at it, for me, raise your hand if it looks like they're going up. Raise your hand if you think they're going down. Okay, so you know what we call that? That's called interpretation. We're interpreting something. We don't know. So, let me ask you this. When you looked at this the first time, what was your first impression? What was the first thing you thought? What was the first thing you thought? Jackson, did you think something? What's the first thing you thought when you looked at that? Anything. Just a word. That they might fall and hit the building. Okay, great. Anybody else? Somebody who hasn't shared yet? Gael, what was the first thing you thought? You're an artist. What did you think?
They might have been flying up.
They might have been flying. Do you think it's good or bad?
Good.
Good? Do you think that's good art?
Yeah.
Adrian, what did you think? Yeah, maybe they're going down. Does this painting make a lot of sense to you? Yeah. Does it make you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. So that's the vocabulary. Okay, listen up. Ivan. Carolina. Thank you. Okay, so the things we're going to be doing. This is going to be a form of collage. Because after our clouds dry, we're going to be cutting triangles with all different kinds of pattern paper. So, and we're going to glue them onto our clouds. That's collage. Okay? And also we learned about surrealism. It's like dreams, fantasy. It's like you're thinking about something that may not be real. Kind of like, have you ever had a dream where you're flying?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Or have you ever had a dream where you're trying to run and you can't?
Yeah.
I have. Or have you ever, dreamt about something really strange? Like maybe you dreamt like you were in a room and you couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So sometimes dreams don't make any sense. And that's what we're looking to do. We're making a piece of art that just makes no sense. Okay? Adrian?
One time my sister dreamed that her and my other sister were little hedgehogs and had shoes. One time she drew them all that.
So his sister had a dream that they were hedgehogs and
They had shoes.
they had shoes. Okay? That's a weird dream. It makes no sense. All right? So, we're going to watch this video. Because I want you to know what we're going to be doing, okay? And I might fast forward a little bit of it, it takes too long. First thing you're going to do today is paint your clouds. Watch how they paint them. That's what we're doing first.
She's very good.
You think you can do that?
Yeah!
Carolina, Ivan, Gael, Love, Jackson. Okay, once it dries, so next time, this is the part that's collage. We're gonna be cutting out triangles with patterned paper, okay? Cutting them out. Dominic, do you see? All sorts of patterned paper and all sorts of sizes. We're going to glue them on top of our clouds. All over, different sizes.
I like that.
And then look what we're going to do. We're going to draw bunnies. Those are the bodies, those are the heads. We're going to add arms and legs. Okay? Okay, raise your hand if you'd like to get started. Okay, so who thinks they know what's the first thing you're gonna do when you get your blue piece of paper? Think, oh, we're not shouting out, raise your hands. Oh, yes. So, we've got some pencils. I only put 2 per table, so you're gonna share your pencils. And once you get to, wait, I'm gonna call you. If you sit at table 6, once you get to your table, table 5, table 5, table 4,
We don't have pencils.
silent.
Unless
Grab one off my desk. All right, guess what, guys? You decide. Hamburger, hot dog. Up to you. You have a choice. Write your name. Write your name first before you paint. Write your name before you paint.
Don't make a specific like shape. That's just like
Okay, thumbs up if you wrote your name on the back. Thumbs up. Who got their name? All right, take your time making your clouds, no rush. Take your time. One more thing. Everybody point to the drying rack. Where's the drying rack? Point to the drying rack. Dominic, Ivan, point to the drying rack. Yvonne, point, 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 Silas. There it is. When you're all done and you love your clouds, they go onto the drying rack.
What if we don't like them?
You do well.
This is what.
Yes, sir. Gentle.
You're gonna go.
No rush, artist. No rush. I'm gonna pass around some paper towels. So if you feel like you got too much or you want to blot your extra paint into your cloud towel. Put that on it. You may use your paper towel to blot your paint. Like if you feel like there's too much. All right, Kyle, here. Take your paper towel and clean some of it off.
Me too.
Okay, guys, when you're looking at your clouds, there's another special art word that we've learned. Does anyone look at your clouds and you think about some special art word?
The mountaintop.
Are we adding?
We're
Does it kind of look like toast?
tofu.
Texture,
Oh, come on.
texture, texture, I will.
Oh, where's that? Okay, I'm done.
Big one. Raise your hand if you'd like to make some more clouds. I have extra blue paper. Would you like to do it again?
Yeah.
If you would, I can give you some extra blue paper. Just make sure you write your name. I love that one. That was really nice.
I have extra on mine. I want an extra one. I love this one. Okay, I guess I'm doing it again. Why are you using so much? I'm doing it again. You don't need to. Look, the boys are eating that bad. Look at us. Guess what? Look at my clouds. It's coming up.
For what? Sometimes the color gets stuck to them. Mona, if you can see me, go like this. I can't. You can hear me, go like this.
What is he going?
So, we have about 3 or 4 minutes until it's cleanup. Kaden?
What? Just got started. I thought you guys hated each
I love how all the art is on the drying rack. It looks great. Darby, weighted, broken, fancy.
Can you see a diagonal line?
What? Did they get you in trouble for fighting?
Like geometry, organic, gestural. Lines, lines, lines. Weighted, broken, fantasy free.
out the hue, but again, we're gonna check out the value. So here's the color wheel. And you know, and here's black and white. Well, there you go.
Yvonne, with me.
You can add it to any color on the wheel. Oh, that's
Irene.
Let's try.
Is all your plastic feet?
I know.
Put it in the sink. Right in there.
Mix black and red.
Yeah.
Mix black and red.
Okay, all of them, yes.